Hey loves. All right, in today's workshop, we are gonna make over a side table and we're gonna use DIY paint and we're gonna use my decoupage paper called Casa Retro. And the cool part about today's workshop, which I've done before, but I'm gonna show you specifically, is how to distress without any machinery, without any sandpaper. We're gonna distress this baby out. Anyways, let's get started. What I'm gonna do first is measure. So I'm gonna put the paper here, okay? So I'm just gonna measure my spot. And I'm going to make an indent right here. And then we're gonna go here and there. All right. And see, we have an imprint line here, and then I'm just gonna cut that. Okay, now I'm gonna do the same for this. And I'm just doing this with my nail. Oh, perfect. I just want it to cover most of it and be done. So see, I have the indent here, indent there, and now I'm just gonna cut it. Okay, look, perfect. That's actually quite good. All right, I'm gonna use this pen. Just want to show you, if you had two of these, you still have plenty of paper left over to do another one, because we only used not even half of one of the sides. So this paper is 20 by 30, so this is great for small little projects like this. If you have two end tables and you just want to do like the sides of it, this is great. Obviously measure before you buy it, but this will be linked below. And now for the fun part, we're gonna paint. All right, it is time for our chit chat session of this workout. I think that's the longest I've gone without needing to do a voiceover. I begged, well, I didn't beg my kids, but I told them, hey, I have to record something. Please stay together in one room. Don't make noise. And they listened. Can you believe it? So how is everybody doing? What has everybody been up to? I am going in with Apothecary. I already messed up. I love it. I'm doing my first coat with Apothecary, and let me tell you something. Lighting is absolutely everything when it comes to colors like these, because I thought, well, I will move the table just like you saw and have like all the light shine to it. But then you couldn't see its true color, so then I had to move. Now I don't know. Yeah, this is when I moved it, because it just wasn't showing how pretty the color was. It was showing it more like a mint julep type, and that's not what Apothecary really looks like. It all depends on the lighting, but anyways, I am going in with one coat for now, with the first coat, and where the paper is gonna go, I'm going in as sloppy as as I can go. Because the paper is gonna go there, so I don't really need it to be perfect. But this is what it's looking like after one coat, and then I'm gonna do the second coat, but I did not record that for you. I'm sorry, because okay, I'm just showing you the difference of when it's dry and when it's wet. All right, now I'm going to go in with the decoupage paper. And this one is called Casa Retro, and I am using liquid patina by DIY Paint, and this is my decoupage medium. So you could use this, or you can use Mod Podge. You can even use like the sealer. I mean, it's probably not 100% recommended, but I've done it because I didn't know any better before and it worked. So I'm just saying, you have different mediums to use when it comes to decoupage, as far as like on furniture. So yeah, this part was surprisingly easy, maybe because it was so small. Okay, get ready to be bored a little bit, because this was the first big side that I did, and I thought, since the two squares at the front were so easy, I could get away with doing the exact same thing here. So I'm leaving it here for you so that you learn from my mistake. I try to put the whole thing in and then thinking I can smooth it over with the brush. Yeah, big mistake. If you have cling wrap, if you have a piece of plastic wrap that came with anything that you just bought recently, I would save it for projects like these, because it is seriously going to help you smooth out the paper. You see all those wrinkles? Man, that was a pain in the ass. And I was like, oh my God, I failed. This is like my own paper. This is my project and I just can't figure this out. And I was like, you know what? No, I'm just going to try with plastic thing, and it totally worked. But I left this here for you because I want you to see it like visually, how in some instances the brush will work and smooth it out, and how in some it just won't budge. So here you can see I'm speeding it up just because this was about 3 minutes and I did not want to waste your time. But if this was like an in-live workshop, this would definitely be something that we would run into in real time. And there's no such thing as mistake, other than it's just something to learn from. And would I have felt maybe a little bit embarrassed because I'm the instructor? Probably. But at the same time, it's okay, because either somebody was going to make the same mistake, or I don't know, or maybe I would have said, you know what? This was just part of the workshop. Something, I don't know. But see how it's now like smoothing everything over with the wrapping paper. And this is not cling wrap. This is seriously a piece of plastic paper that came with one of my packages, and I just have it in my stash. And then I cut a piece every time I decoupage now. But I completely forgot to do that. But I'm glad, because you know what? My mistake is yours to learn from, I suppose. And so you don't make it. Or maybe you want to make the same mistake because maybe you're hard-headed like I am. And that's okay, you know? I've done that plenty of times. And honestly, I own it. It's okay with me. So all right, so I believe this is the second one, and see, it's going in so much smoother, so much faster. I'm not wasting my time, etc. Something else I did the first time that when I messed up is that obviously I put the liquid patina on top, and then I smoothed it over with the wrapping paper. I'm not saying to do that, just because you don't want to tear up the paper. I didn't tear up the paper. So far I've had no issues with the decoupage paper, but in the second time I did go over with the plastic wrap before I did the top coat of the liquid patina. So just keep that in mind. Maybe if you are using a piece of plastic or whatever, use it like I'm doing now. Use it before you put on the final coat of Mod Podge or liquid patina or whatever you're using. All right, so because these are virtual workshops, I have decided I am most likely going to do a video every other week, just because I think it's more doable for me. I would love to do a project a week, and as far as like the algorithm goes, that's what I should be doing, just so I can get more subscribers and maybe one day get monetized here on YouTube. But honestly, I don't think I can keep up. Only like if I'm really into something, or like, I don't know, if it was something easy, I don't know. But I've come to the conclusion that I think my videos are going to be every other week. So here's what it's looking like after I did all the sides and then I did the second coat. Now we're going in with a little bit of fun. I have here Cowgirl Coral and I have a metal spatula. And we're just going to smear the crap out of it, just like so. So you can definitely dry brush the Cowgirl Coral, but I'm not going to have as much control as to how much I'm going to put in. Now, I have no control over how it comes out with a spatula, but I do like the smeared effect. I like that it goes on heavy on some parts and it just like drags on. Yeah, I don't know. I like this look. I am in a smear era and I'm loving it. So I am going in with, I just showed it to you, but it's Peacemaker by Painterly. And this is from DIY Paint as well. It's more like oil based. And it's meant to go with DIY paint. Absolutely love this stuff. Like just to smear it. I don't know why. I love smearing this. But this is just to give it that minty look around, since Apothecary is a little bit more muted than the actual like mint color from the paper. So I did this on every angle, every leg, everything, and then I went on over it on the top as well. Now, if we were together live, this would totally be something that you might like freak out over and say that maybe you messed up. But listen, there's no such thing as messing anything up, especially if you're using a spatula and if you're like smearing paint on, there's no way to go wrong. Okay, now for the fun part, which is no sanding distress. So because DIY paint is clay based and it reactivates with water, you're going to grab a lint-free rag. You're going to wet the crap out of it. You're going to squeeze out the excess water and you are going to rub it onto wherever it is that you want to see some distressing. Pancho said hi. He's like, you're ignoring me. See ya. So yeah. Okay, so that's basically it. That's it. That was the whole mystery of no sanding distress look. It's just a wet rag with DIY paint. And you go in as hard or as soft, as much distressing as you want to do. I like it light in some sections. I like it heavy in others. It's just to give it that like worn out, used type of feel. I would recommend having a bucket in hand just to clean it out a little bit, because it does cling on to the clay paint. So just keep that in mind. This would be messy in person, and not really, but you know, we would definitely get water on the floor at some point, but that's okay. We're there to have fun. So yeah, this is pretty much it, guys. I loved how it turned out, and I love distressing with a rag. Now you can do this with other paints. I don't know if you could do it with all of them. I have tried this with Dixie Belle and it works a little bit, but Dixie Belle obviously is a different formula, so it doesn't really reactivate with water. Now I'm gonna seal it with this. This is my favorite sealer, guys. Everything is gonna be linked below, by the way. So yeah, Dixie Belle's a different formula, so like you really have to get in there. It's possible, but it's just not as easy as it would be with DIY paint. So I gave it 1 coat and 2 coats on the top, and this is how it turned out, guys. Let me know what you think. The paper, everything I am using is going to be linked below. Yeah, the paper's in my Etsy shop along with every other design, and I have this up for sale, guys. Let's see what happens. If not, I already decided to keep my other side table, so we'll see. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Like the video if you haven't, subscribed, and maybe share this out so maybe I can get monetized one day, because that would be so cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, anyways,
I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.